Hey there, Allied Archons. Welcome to the round 2 challenger. We have a very interesting matchup ready for everybody. It is going to be Liquid Squash versus AdZeBad. And both of these decks just look very frightening. I'm going to go over the matchup. You should be able to see the matchup on the screen here. I'm going to go over it real quick. As we can see, on the left-hand side, we have AdZeBad piloting The Future is Past. I am imagining that AdZeBad is going to want to get a Future is Past and Winds of Death out very early on. And it doesn't look like, if he manages to do that, it doesn't look like Winds of Deathing is going to be very beneficial for Liquid Squash. He'll get 2 Infernuses, but the sheer amount of amber he's going to be able to get from those Haunting Witches is going to be just going to be crazy. So probably turn 1, Futures Past or Boo into a Winds of Death, trying to burst with those Haunting Witches, just get as much amber as possible, as early as possible, and potentially sneak a key cheat in there with Forging an Alliance, a little extra recursion in there with multi-dimensional rescue. Now, on the other hand, we have Liquid Squash's deck, which is eclectically jarring, and first thing that pops out to me there is the double jar. If one of those jars comes out, I imagine that hitting either Winds of Death or the one of the Haunting Witches is going to be, it's going to slow down AdZeBad's game quite a bit. And if a jar comes down, one thing to note is that AdZeBad does not seem to be carrying any artifact control. So once it comes down, whatever card Liquid Squash picks is staying gone. So it looks like both of our players are ready. If you want my predictions, I think it's going to come down to how fast the jar comes out. So, but I'm very curious to see how it goes. Let's take a look. Oh, let me pull it up here. Okay, I might have to switch around these. I might have to switch around the positions of the deck names, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, looks like Liquid Squash is going first. And I think I got it right. Future is Past is Future is on the top. Collectively Jarring is on the bottom. Okay, so Liquid Squash starts in Logos and sets down an autoencoder, which is going to speed him up quite a bit. AdZeBad goes into Untamed, plays Circle of Life. discards a... Oh, that's quite a circle of life. 2 Amber Pips, triple discard. Discards Multidimensional Rescue, Perimeter Alarm, and Winds of Death. Interesting call on the Winds of Death. I wonder if he's holding on to the other one. And then he plays a Haunting Witch. And he discards the other one, too. So we have both Winds of Death in the discard now. Evidently not going for the Winds of Death play. Liquid Squash goes into Dis, plays Sacro Fiend, and immediately blows it up with an Implosion, stealing an Amber in the process. Does not discard anything, so nothing from the autoencoder yet. It could be that AdZeBad has the Witch Queen or something else in hand and is... Ghost Star Alliance, plays Corporal Bridger, Triangulator. Ends turn. Liquid Squash goes Logos, plays Lithologica, takes Munchling into hand, and discards it to archive something with autoencoder. Plays Eclectic Inquiry to archive the top 2 cards of their deck. And passes turn. Starting to get some beefy archives there. AdZeBad goes Geistoid. Is not haunted yet, so Albiastrade does not come in ready. Plays a Harvest Skimmer, a Grim Reaper. I guess trying to establish a board. Liquid Squash goes Dis. I'm guessing one of those 2 Gateway to Disses is coming out. Or another Implosion. Oh, and of course the Jar. I would pick Haunting Witch here myself, but let's see what Liquid Squash goes for. Picks Haunting Witch. And then Gateways to Dis. And a Waking Nightmare. Probably just for the Amber. Back to AdZeBad, who goes Geistoid. Plays in here somewhere. Archiving. Haunting Witch is basically a dud now, so that's... goes Multidimensional Rescue and Winds of Death. Plays Albiastray. Reaps and captures with Albiastray. And ends turn. Liquid goes Sanctum. Is the second Jar gonna come out, I wonder? Plays Bring Low. So it's capture all but 5 of your opponent's Amber. Discards Gizelhart's Zealot. Discards Mad Prophet. Plays Commandeer. Second Jar comes out. I guess just going for those Amber Pips. And picks Winds of Death. So both Winds of Death, both Haunting Witches now duds for AdZeBad. Now that Witch Queen, though, is still the Witch Queen, Witch of the Eye, Kingafant combo. So there's going to be some opportunities to gain Amber that way. AdZeBad goes Star Alliance. Seems to be taking his time thinking. Plays Forging Alliance just for the Amber. Brings out Retro Technician Lee. Just doesn't interplay ready. Oh, no, it does interplay ready. I missed it. Brings out Corporal Bridger, and then, which allows him to use I'll Be a Stray. I guess at this point for Liquid, it's a ticking time bomb until the Witch Queen, Witch of the Eye, King of Fant combo comes out. But even then, he does have the Bring Low, the triple Bring Low to basically capture it all. Goes Logos, Sloppy Lab Work. Discards Munchling with the Sloppy Lab Work. Discards Quiho the Adventurer. Just building up those archives again. Plays Entropic Swirl. Imagine would want to get rid of the Retro Lee, but nope, goes for the I'll Be a Stray. She gets an extra Amber, but does not kill the Stray. Let me move that a little bit. So AdZeBad forges the first key. Goes Star Alliance. Brings out the multi-dimensional rescue. Brings out Circle of Life and Triangulator Newsome. Now, I'm not sure about that Circle of Life because I don't know that there is much Amber control in his deck. Reaps with Lee, or boos himself first, then reaps with Lee. Brings out Walls, brings out Body, captures 2 Amber with the Body, plays Newsome, and uses Corporal Bridger to reap with the I'll Be a Stray. A 4 Amber swing right there. Well, not really a swing, but just gains 4 Amber is what I meant. Liquid Squash plays Ritual of Tognath to gain 3 Amber. Plays Mark of Dis, going to force them into Star Alliance next turn. Gateways to Dis, gaining a ton of Amber there. Imagine we're going to see some discard. Nope, Infernus. what would I pick? Lee seems like a good target. In here somewhere, good target. Forging an alliance. King of Fant to prevent that combo from going off. Does Forging an Alliance and Boo. So AdZeBad goes Star Alliance. Just passes turn. Does not have any Star Alliance cards, apparently. Liquid Squash goes Logos, plays Eclectic Inquiry, plays it again, and passes turn. Back to AdZeBad. Liquid Squash is now at 10 amber. Plays Witch Queen. Discards Box Spitter to steal an amber. Darna. Swings Darna into Infernus. Plays Halakor. Discards a Winds of Death off Halakor. And passes turn. So, second key for Liquid Squash. Liquid Squash goes Sanctum. Ooh. I guess AdZeBad intended to set down Halakor before playing, before swinging the Darna into the Infernus. Liquid Squash goes Sanctum, discards General Salvador, plays Seeker of Truth, captures an amber off them, or onto them, plays Burning Glare, which is going to let him stun an enemy creature, which I don't know what I would pick here. I guess Witch Queen. Plays Cleansing Wave to get, getting some amber off that, Cleansing Wave. Plays Free Market for another 3 amber. Bring low, and is in check for key 3 with 11 amber. I'm not sure there's much that can be done here for AdZeBad. Plays Witch of the Dawn. Turns King of Fant to hand. Plays King of Fant. Plays Witch of the Eye. Reaps with Witch of the Dawn to bring him back to hand. Plays Bog Spitter. Ooh, can he just... He's going to be able to get him down to... Yeah, going to be able to get him down to 5 amber with that. That is an interesting combo right there. just keep bringing back the Bog Spitter and discarding it. I hadn't seen that combo. Discards the useless Haunting Witch. Oh, unfortunately, I guess they hit Rule of 6 with Witch of the Dawn and could not keep doing that. So, could not... Oh, let me capture the logs. Could not quite pull that combo off to its full extent there. Let me change this. First win goes to Jarring. AdZeBad starts with Star Alliance and does Survey. Let me just fit this in. There we go. Discards Triangulator Newsome off the Survey. Liquid Squash goes into Logos, plays Eclectic Inquiry, plays Mutagenic Serum, passes turn, go turn 2 for AdZeBad. Goes Geistoid. Is we gonna get a Winds of Death here? Oh, interesting. Winds of Death. And Boo into Future is Past. And passes turn. Let's see what's in the discard now. So we got in here somewhere both Futures Past in the discard. Circle of Life, Haunting Witch, Witch Queen. Seems like Winds of Deaths are both not in the discard. As for Liquid Squash, got both Gateway to Dis. I only see one jar. Plays the other jar. Picks Winds of Death this time. AdZeBad goes into Untamed, brings out Bog Spitter, Witch of the Eye, Halakor, discards Body, plays Kingafant, and I believe I saw both Gateway to Disses in the discard pile, so unless they got drawn into, probably not getting a board wipe, but there were... I did not count the implosions. So here's one implosion. Probably going to hit that Witch of the Eye. Not going to manage to steal anything since... Oh, destroys their own Seeker of Truth instead. And then Infernus. A lot of good targets for that Infernus. In here somewhere. It's never bad. Witch Queen. Does Witch Queen and Haunting Witch. I guess prevent some Untamed Burst later. And loss of the Witch Queen is going to be tough. Back to AdZeBad. Plays Multi-Dimensional Rescue. I'm not sure I would be doing damage unless your goal is to destroy Infernus, because there is a Cleansing Wave in Liquid Squash's deck. Brings out the Haunting Witch. Discards Plow Sword off the Haunting Witch. Gains an Amber. Plays Chief Engineer Walls. Gains another Amber. So I guess the goal here is now just burst as much as possible. Does Lee. Gonna bring out something else with the Lee. Guessing a Witch of the Eye. Or possibly a Witch of the Dawn. Does Witch of the Eye. Just like that, a ton of burst. Triangulator, Newsome, still going. Okay, I guess now he can kill the Infernus with the Box Bidder. Discards a card. Or discards Burning Glare with the Box Bidder. Just like that, we got a huge lineup on AdZeBad's side. Goes Dis, Reefs with Sacro Fiend, and then immediately board wipes. AdZeBad gets a key. Brings out a Haunting Witch. Does the Circle of Life, gaining a bunch of Amber off that. And because Liquid is not haunted, they do not gain that Amber. And then flips their board. Liquid goes Logos, Logica. Picks up an Eclectic Inquiry. Plays it. Plays Sloppy Lab Work. And back to AdZeBad. AdZeBad now has 2 keys, so it's just a matter of getting that last key. Discards top 5 cards of their deck within here somewhere. Discards Winds of Death, brings out an Albia Stray, passes turn. Trying to get haunted as fast as possible to take advantage of that Haunting Witch. But Liquid Squash does have the triple Bring Low. So this last key might be a fight to get. Goes Dis. Do we have more implosions? Should be 2 more. Marks of Dis, some into Untamed. Plays the second jar. sure what to pick. In this case, maybe Haunting Witch to prevent the others from coming out. Yep, picks Haunting Witch. And passes turn. AdZeBad has to go untamed. Bogspitter and King of Fant are both in the discard. Witch Queen is purged. Can't play the other Haunting Witches. So just plays a Halicore, discarding Forging an Alliance, and passes turn. We're now at 2 keys for both players. Liquid is going Logos. Brings out Munchling. Plays Entropic Swirl. Takes out the Haunting Witch with the Swirl. And then ends turn. AdZeBad is so close, just 3 amber away from forging a 3rd key, but I just gotta imagine those spring lows are waiting to come out. Quartermaster Body. Plays Lee. Cannot play those Haunting Witches, so brings out the King of Fant. Oh, which destroys the Lee. Back to Liquid. Free markets for 5 amber. Plays a Zealot. Commandeer. Wondering why they didn't play the Commandeer earlier. But I guess they have enough to capture all the amber regardless. Eugenic Serum. Oh, are we going to see a cleansing wave burst here? Discards Eclectic Inquiry. Takes out Body. Damaged the Albiestray earlier. And then finishes the Albiestray, so I'm guessing Cleansing Wave isn't coming out. But it's still quite a lot of burst. Oh, it does Cleansing Wave. It does come out. Only gets the Munchling off of it. And AdZeBad, looks like AdZeBad is conceding. So it looks like that's it. Let me capture the log real quick. Even though the game is technically not over. just going to play it out. Get some amber with the Darna. And cannot cycle the Bog Spitter this time because Witch Queen is purged. Can gain a bunch of amber though. Going to copy the log again. Well, there you have it. Looks like Liquid Squash wins an Amber Skies deck. Defeat our challenger, takes another challenger victory.